Hello everyone, this is Erick Widman from Passage Immigration Law, and in this video I'm going to answer the question, how long will it take for my special someone to receive his or her fiancé visa? The answer to this is that it's about 9 months on average. So let me break down though the different parts that fill up that average 9-month period. We would love, of course, for it to go faster. And the question is often answered, how long does it take? Too long. And that's really true whenever you're dealing with US immigration and the government. But the first thing to keep in mind is that the first step to getting a fiancé visa is filing an I-129F petition with USCIS. The time where the petitioner, the US citizen, files that petition to the time it gets approved is typically 5 months. You might read on the internet, I got approved in 6 weeks, I got approved in 2 months. Yes, in some cases that's possible to have the petition approved that fast. My office has seen and received petitions approved in some cases in 6 weeks. It's amazing, we all celebrate. That's what we want, the faster the better. But in general, it just doesn't go that quickly. And the reason is it's dependent on the US government. USCIS has a big backlog of these petitions and things are taking longer and longer. They're not speeding up in general. And so on average, it's best to keep in mind, you're not going to hear back from them with an approval faster on average than 5 months from the time you sent in the petition. Some other reasons why it might be delayed are because of a request for evidence, the dreaded RFE that you might receive. And that could extend the 5-month period to even longer, sadly. Some fairly common RFE reasons you receive this dreaded document are, for example, USCIS says, please provide more proof that you've actually met each other in the last 2 years. And we've had some clients come in, some potential clients who we haven't worked with before, who've said, this is a ridiculous RFE, we agree, but they need to provide proof to show that yes, you did spend time together. Here's the proof that you were visiting him or her abroad, that your fiancé came to visit you. That's a common request for evidence basis for receiving that. Another problem could be that you don't have enough evidence of your bona fide relationship, your genuine relationship. You need to show USCIS that you have an ongoing, healthy, vibrant, genuine relationship with text messages, with video chat, with correspondence, with photographs. The list should go on and on. So that is a framework for understanding how long it takes for the first stage of the process. On average, 5 months to get that petition approved with USCIS. So after your I-129F petition has been approved by USCIS, which takes about 5 months on average, the second step of the whole process will have arrived. That is the consular processing step with the US State Department, where your fiancé, the foreign national, will have to apply for a visa and have an interview set up at the closest consulate or embassy that processes fiancé visas. The second step takes on average about 4 additional months. We all wish it would go faster. It's too long. We all acknowledge that. But psychologically, it's really important, and also practically, to reduce your stress level by not planning your wedding within 8 months, 9 months, or 10 months from the time you start the process. It's wonderful to be pleasantly surprised occasionally and have the process go faster than 9 months, but take it from us, you don't want to have a caterer and a venue all reserved and set up, and you're going to be extremely stressed out if the visa is delayed or it doesn't hit the best case scenario. So the second stage of the process, the petition was approved, the National Visa Center, which is a part of the U.S. Department of State, will pass your petition over to the consulate handling the whole visa application. The consulate will send a letter and ask for you to proceed with a DS-160 visa application. That is an online application where your fiancée will fill out all kinds of information about her background, about bad things hopefully she has not done, and submit it online along with the fee payment. So Department of State is definitely trying to be more tech savvy. This is online now, and it usually goes pretty smoothly. Make sure to save your work as you go, and you don't have to finish it all in one sitting. You can save it, and it usually takes people a number of hours to do it. We handle this for our clients if you want to work with a lawyer, for example. So the DS-160 submitted, that has to be approved. The consulate will have a list of items, including a police certificate that you have to send in, a number of other documents. Sometimes they have a checklist letter saying, here's an applicant readiness list. Send all these documents to us in order for us to set up the interview. Some embassies or consulates also require that the medical happen before the interview is set up. You got to look carefully at what the requirements are for your specific consulate or embassy. Once the interview is set up, you of course are very happy and can proceed to prepare for that. And you've got to print out an I-134 affidavit of support that the U.S. citizen sponsor will provide, along with proof that the U.S. citizen sponsor has a job and will be able to support the new fiancé and spouse when he or she arrives in the U.S. So overall, it takes about a month for the National Visa Center to send the approved petition to the consulate. The consulate can sit on the application for a while, especially if there's vacation going on. The month of August is terrible for expecting a quick turnaround by the consulate or the embassy. And you'll want to keep following up by email with the consulate and say, what's the status on the interview and the process for getting this set up. So a whole month is eaten up with the National Visa Center. The consulate can sit on the process. It can take some time to get translations or the necessary police certificate if you've lived in different countries for over a 6-month period or over a year. Check the eligibility list. And so on average, it still ends up being about 4 months from the time the petition was approved to the time the visa is approved. You'll want to prepare for the interview. They often go fast, but you got to make sure everything is well ordered when you show up for the interview. It can be a 3-minute interview quite often, but they're going to be checking for your birth certificate, your affidavit of support, police certificate. All that information has to be laid out very nicely. That is an overview of how long it takes. Remember, an immigrant visa can take about a full year, and we'll address that in a different video. Take care. Look forward to keeping in touch.